Welcome.
Hello everyone and welcome to a very special, just in between Planet Coaster episode. And what you could tell already from the thumbnail and from the intro music and intro in general, this will be the most obvious thing that could have ever been done by me. And this is a wooden statue out of wooden pieces in Planet Coaster, which will be in the end a T-Rex, and it will be the iconic T-Rex from the Jurassic Park franchise. I didn't hesitate to go in and try my luck in building this one, and in all honesty, that was potentially and most certainly the most complicated statue I've ever made in the game. But you know, I thought it would be a perfect fit. Like I think one of the first things that popped up in the Planet Coaster community was also my wooden owl, which I made back in Alpha 3. And since then, actually, I started to do quite a lot of wooden statues. Not all have found the way until to daylight, I would say, into daylight, but most of them you do know. So, for example, we have the owl, we have obviously the elephants from Koali Beach, and we also have the Bow and Ed statue, which I made just for those two. And yeah, quite a lot of those, and I thought, okay, why not give it another shot and just build them. And in general, I guess I'm not doing statues out of wood only, I'm also doing some different ones out of simple shapes and stuff. And I think statues are kind of a trademark I have, and yeah, I thought why not use this and share it with my passion actually for Jurassic World Evolution. And this, yeah, you could have seen that from the pre-show. If you haven't seen the pre-show of me and Chris Sawyer, actually, we did like 5 episodes filled with all the infos about Jurassic World Evolution we know so far. And also Bo Marit joined us in the 2nd episode, and you know, if you haven't seen that yet, I would highly recommend to watch those episodes. I'm gonna link those, the little playlist in the episode, in the description below, sorry. And also you may have seen now a little pop-up in the video, just to remember that there is something. But anyways, back to the topic. I am building, as you can see, a beautiful big T-Rex statue. And yeah, as I've said already in the intro, this was potentially one of the hardest things I've ever done. And while we talk about this, I also have to talk about the fact that there has been an update announced quite yesterday. So I'm recording on Thursday, you will see the episode on Friday, and I potentially have already made something else for the... No, I won't have made something for the update. Anyways, I thought I would have, but no, there's no time left, so forget what I just said. But no, there is an update. We need to talk about the update. I don't know if we should do it in this episode. No, we shouldn't, and this is why I just want to recommend the Schematics channel, which I'm still a team member of, and yeah, just go down in the description below again and hit that like button of the channel or the subscribe button, and listen to the episodes about the upcoming DLC for Planet Coaster, which will hit us on next Tuesday already, so it's not far ahead, which is great. But what I wanted to say is that I'm quite happy about the update. So far what I heard about this, it's not an update, it's a DLC, but it doesn't sacrifice my work too much, which is brilliant. I had a certain feeling, I have to say, so I held back a few things before the next update, and it paid off this time, because I have... You know, I was notoriously doing stuff which has been added then natively into the game just after I did it. Like the motion simulator, like the fireworks, like whatever. You know, there's been so much stuff which I've done by hand. Well, everything is by hand, but I did it kind of with workarounds. And in the end, it turned out that I just had to wait a few more weeks until they added it natively into the game. And so I was quite happy. And honestly, we all knew that there was something on the road out of the Steam DB entry and stuff like that. So this is also why I took the time to build this little dinosaur thingy within last week. And I have to say, those were very, very cool. It was a welcome step away from my medieval area again and all the others, and I was burning for that thing for quite a long time. The only reason why I didn't do that, and I'm honest with you again, is that I haven't had any space left. I wanted to do the medieval area first, so that I have some material, you know, pre-done, and this is also why you will have a crazy weekend. So we will have this episode today, then we will have a Fortress Camelot episode on Saturday, on Sunday another one, on Monday potentially another one, just because I need to get rid of the episodes before the update is out, and this is very important because there are still left some episodes then, which means you will see the game without the DLC stuff, and this is not too cool actually, and this is why I will put out some more episodes, obviously, of Fortress Camelot. But now back to the little dinosaur. You can see we are nearly halfway into this video. Oh well, that's a little bit exaggerated, but we are already 6 minutes in and I'm still working on the head. Now, for you guys, just as a little hint, the footage is sped up by 12 times. So that means this freaking head took forever, and I am quite happy with the end result. Not to say I'm very happy with the end result, at least with the head. But yeah, I think it's a very good realization of the head. I mean, with the given pieces, and I just can say how much I love this. And I just also want to talk about something completely different now, because I don't know how to put that in words, but actually I've been asked quite a lot of times about creativity in the game, and I've been asked about how I can even do all this stuff, and how is this possible and whatever. And on the other hand side, my actual friends, like the real life friends, you know, those guys you actually meet sometimes in real life, you go into a restaurant with them, I have some fun playing Mario Kart or whatsoever, these kind of guys, right? They always ask me why I am doing this kind of stuff. You know, they are not like, this is shit, don't do it. They are also not like, this is weird. They are just like, I just don't get it, how you and why, and you know, I don't get it. Why do you do videos? Why do you spend hours, or why do you spend hours in front of your computer making digital statues out of digital pieces within a digital game for no reason, you know? And I actually have an answer to that, to all of this. So the first point is creativity, guys. There is simply no rule to it. There is no, you know, there's no manual to it. You can't just learn creativity like you can learn a language. It's not possible. I wouldn't say that it is something you have or not have. I'm quite sure you can get into creativity. You have to change a few things, I guess, but you won't be, you know, there is no chance that you will have creativity naturally given after you've studied it for like 3 years or whatsoever. This is not possible. Either way, you have a natural, how's it called, intrinsic motivation to have it or not. But to a certain extent, you can get yourself there. And for me, this is like, I look for a lot of inspiration, but at the end of the day, everything I do is what makes me happy, and I am quite happy playing the game. It is relaxing for me. I do feel very satisfied seeing this come together. I am very happy with the end result, not in terms of the quality of it, but I'm very happy that I got shit done, right? I'm happy that it has been made. I'm happy that I finished it. I'm happy that I could realize my weird thoughts. Like, you know, the game is a way of expressing my weird stuff in my head. I can visualize what I have in my head, and this is because I have a passion for dinosaurs. I have a passion for Jurassic World. I have a passion for Jurassic Park, but I have also a passion for theme parks and 3D design. So there is a lot coming together, which makes me very happy playing the game. But on the other hand side, you guys out there, you want to have, you know, have an, I don't know, hint or whatever, advice for creativity, I would look, and this is just a guess or just a tip for you, but you know, there's no reason for taking it for granted. I think the best thing would be to look for something which you naturally love. If you love music, try to be creative in this kind of area. If you love dancing, go dancing and be creative with this. If you love food, try to be a chef, try to cook, try to inspire people trying out new recipes. If you like, I don't know, if you like films, try to go into cutting movies and stuff. Try to go there where you actually have something where you naturally love it, right? It doesn't help if you want to force yourself being creative in an area that you want to like, but you don't naturally like, right? You would rather be very good in something you like rather than being or trying to force yourself being good in what you don't like that much or what you want to like because of the community or whatsoever. So don't be afraid of just doing what you can do best. And you know, that's the same thing for me actually, and how I got into this. I played Minecraft a lot before I went into Planet Coaster. I just was obsessed with Minecraft, but not for the survival part of it or to go for diamond hunt or whatsoever. No, I just wanted to build. You know, I just wanted to create. With my Lego, when I had Lego as a kid, I didn't want to build like from the manual. I just even didn't look at the manual. I just took the stuff and built something myself, right? Maybe you know, when it was Christmas and I got the present, I needed to build that for my parents or whatsoever, but the next day I would destroy it and use all the pieces again to create something new. And I just want to create, right? I love creating things. I love drawing. I love painting and whatsoever. But, you know, if you are more a musician, maybe go into Planet Coaster and try to you know, go to the limits of what's possible with the sound in the game, right? I also tried to go into it, and now I'm offering you an idea I had for like ages. I wanted to make kind of a sound coaster, which, you know, creates a song by hitting the triggers. And each individual trigger triggers another sound or another note, so that by having the coaster rush through, I don't know, a soundbox, you have the chance to actually listen to a song which naturally creates itself by being activated by the coaster. It turned out that this is, for once, a lot of work because you will need millions of triggers, but on the other hand side, I'm not too good at assembling songs in that kind of way. Surely I could have gone and searched for a song and look what kind of different sounds and little jingles and stuff I need, and then assemble it together back again. But, you know, I thought maybe for someone who's way more audiophile than I am, for him or her, this would be way more easy. And you can actually see if you can have, or can express your creativity in there. So, long talk, but, you know, I think that the basis of it is, if you want to be creative, there is no general solution to it or general guidance to be creative. You have to find a way to something you naturally love, and you will be creative in that kind of way. Some will be better, some will be worse, but at the end of the day, it's important that you are happy with what you do. So it doesn't matter if you build a beautiful dinosaur or if you just made a toilet which looks nice, right? It doesn't matter. If it makes you happy, if you are satisfied with it, build on it, right? Go on from there. Try to make more of this, and then it will naturally grow. But there is no guidance for being creative. There is no guidance for making a beautiful looking whatever in the game if you don't have the capabilities. Like, you know, I used to go into 3D programs for ages. I used SketchUp, Blender, Cinema 4D for ages, you know. I learned them by heart. I learned them myself. I did this all myself, and it's just natural that I have a lot of those things I learned in the program now transferred into Planet Coaster, since the 3D gizmo is essentially what you have in those kind of programs as well. The only issue is those programs offer mirror functions, which makes your life a lot more easy. But, you know, at the end of the day, again, I think it doesn't really matter what you achieve. It's only important that you go into a direction where you like to be. Full stop. I think that's a good point. And this does answer to a lot of those questions I got lately, I guess. So it's you know, it's just my, you know, it's my little opinion on that. You don't need to take that for granted, but I guess for me it always worked out. I always was happy with this kind of attitude and this kind of way to do stuff. Hopefully you guys will be as well. So this is, you know, just the the talk to creativity and how I go into it and how I do stuff and how I come up with all these ideas. Oh, and basically maybe to add on this, this is never ever fear an idea, guys. Never ever throw it away because you think it's too stupid. Never do it. If you got an idea in the weirdest situation, don't hesitate to note it down. Please do so. Maybe the next day you look at it and you fall apart in tears because you are just laughing so hard about your own stupidity. Happened to me. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But sometimes it's also you're looking at the idea weeks after and later, and you look at it and think, yeah, that's a good one. And now I have some new knowledge and I could do it, couldn't I? And bam, there you go. If you never ever look at it again, don't worry, at least you put it out of your head and made space for a new one. So I think that's also a good one. Anyways, now let's take the last 2 minutes, and we are now finishing the statue at the moment. And let's talk a tiny little bit about the T-Rex and about Jurassic Park in general, or Jurassic World. If you guys look closely, this is the T-Rex position, so to say, or the movement or whatsoever from the first Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer, where the T-Rex has hunted down the what was it? I guess it was the Carnosaurus. I'm not too sure, but I guess it was the Carnosaurus. I wanted to make him underneath his left foot, but don't get me wrong, 5 hours for one dinosaur was enough, so I didn't want to make 5 additional hours for just a second dinosaur, which will be underneath his foot. So, nope, I put a stone or rock there. But yeah, in the end, this is kind of the position it has. And what I'm very happy with is, apart from the fact that I like the overall statue quite a lot, I am very happy with how the overall proportions and the overall shape of it came together. Like it is really, it feels dynamic. It feels like it actually moves, even though it doesn't move, and it has a certain dynamic in it, right? It's not like a static one that it's just like, you have a statue which is probably the most parallel thing in the world and just stands there static and there's no movement in it. I hate that, right? I just like those statues. I hate them. They don't say. Right, they say anything. They're just there. Apart from my little knight I made for the medieval area, I wanted to have that, because it shows strengths. In this kind of sense, I love it. But everywhere else, I want to have like dynamic in it. And I also wanted to assemble a tiny little bit like, actually it is a statue this time. I wanted to build a little bit the fence around it so you can really position it somewhere in the park. You also have this little screen where you can put in some information about the T-Rex if you want so, because there is a lot of information about the T-Rex you could put down. But yeah, in the end, this is my T-Rex statue. Also lighting, we need to make lighting properly to light it up, I don't know. At nighttime, I think that's also quite important to make this one good looking. But now you have some more nice looking cinematic shots of the T-Rex, and I hope you liked this episode. It was kind of a different though, because I talk a lot about different things than just the statue, but since I think from the thumbnail you can definitely tell already what happened, so I think there's not much more explanation needed. Also about the T-Rex itself, there's not much more explanation needed, and if anyone wants to go into the comments and comment that I missed the feathers, go away. Just go away. I'm just kidding, but go away. I mean, this is obviously the Jurassic Park version of a T-Rex, and making feathers out of wood is kind of the worst idea you can ever have. And I just wanted to make the iconic Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whatever, T-Rex, which is, yeah, having more scales than anything else, and this can be done by the wooden pieces, and this is also why I varied a little bit the color of the wood. Can be done quite nicely, I guess. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I am way into, or I'm very into actual scientific research about dinosaurs, but in this kind of sense we're talking about the movie version, and I want it to look like the movie version because it's looking badass. There you go. What an episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Let me know everything about your thoughts of creativity and how you deal with creativity and what you think of how you deal with ideas and stuff. Let me know that kind of shit in the comments below. And also let me know how you like the overall statue and how you like yeah, in general, the statues I make and whatsoever. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also make sure to like that video. But yeah, more often I say already, and I want to say this as well, comments are more important than everything else. So yeah, have a nice one, guys, and see you in the next episode. Oh, by the way, the link to this statue is down below in the description as well. See you, and bye-bye!